The season began with the now traditional curtain raiser, not in the States, but in Australia. Nigel returning to the site of his debut win in Indycar racing the year before. In qualifying, it seemed as though he'd never been away, breaking the track record to claim pole position for the second year running. 7/10 of a second quicker than anyone else. A spectacular start as the champion used all the track and nearly a little bit more.
I think Surface Paradise is an extraordinary circuit where you have to have a lot of commitment. You have to overcommit your car into the corners to go around the corners, and that's where Michael Andretti and the Reynard chassis, I mean, he overcommitted his car on a number of corners, and you saw it airborne 5 foot in the air, and it still didn't break. He hit walls, he hit tyres, he pulled tyres out of the corner, and it still didn't break the car, and he went on to win. And what we did see down at Surface Paradise as well was the amazing weather change. I mean, we have seen that in Adelaide, if you remember, for a couple of years, but the weather caught everybody out, and it was a really great shame for the promoters and the race event itself, because it turned it into not a great race. A good race, but not a great race.
The touching moment for Carl Haas, a now familiar pre-race ritual. The champion ready to start the defence of his title at Surface Paradise. Eventually underway after 2 aborted starts due to rain and minor collisions, Nigel Mansell leading from Michael Andretti with the 3 Penske's in the chasing group. But weather conditions had made the track extremely difficult, and the anticipated duel between Michael and Nigel was soon suspended. A logjam of cars brought out the caution flags. Caught up in the melee, Zampedri, Boesel, Jones, Buhl and Mario Andretti. The remaining runners piled into the pits for tyres and fuel. Some, like Alan Jr., for a new nose cone and front wing. Michael Andretti's stop was quick enough to allow him to take over the lead. But behind the pace car, as no sooner had the race restarted than there was more trouble. Bobby Rahal suffering terminal damage as a result of another incident involving Zampedri and Boesel. Underway in earnest, this time Michael Andretti first, Emerson Fittipaldi second after a good pit stop, Nigel third, pressured by Robbie Gordon. Gordon now third, Mansell fourth, but Nigel determined to claw that place back. Gordon was harried and challenged until eventually the champion manoeuvre. A thrilling wheel-to-wheel battle on the charge down to the left-hander. And it's Nigel with the line and the speed. Emerson Fittipaldi in second place and next in Nigel's sights. Reminiscent of several exciting duels these two enjoyed in 1993, including one at Surface Paradise. And the result this time, a repeat of last year. As the track conditions became slippery again, Robbie Gordon had a wild spin coming out of the chicane on the backstretch. He emerged unscathed, but the car was engulfed. Andretti, Mansell, Fittipaldi, the top 3 as the caution was lifted just as it began to rain again. This spin cost Nigel the chance of challenging Andretti. The car's handling not in the best of order, and he was stranded for a full lap. In the treacherous conditions, every driver inevitably hit problems. Some were more fortunate than others. Michael Andretti clouted a tyre barrier, no damage to the car, all he lost was a couple of seconds.
We need a push, come on.
The Newman-Haas team frantic but helpless to get Nigel underway. Up front, Michael Andretti ahead of Emerson, with Mario Andretti having inherited a fine third place. Back on track, Nigel Mansell carving through the field and going past Italian Tio Fabi in great style to unlap himself. But as Michael Andretti ploughed on, the organisers decided the light wouldn't hold for the full race to be completed. They announced their intention to call a halt 10 laps early. Emerson closed rapidly on the leader, but too late. In a surreal atmosphere, more like Le Mans than Surface, Andretti was home first, the margin 1.3 seconds. Many happy returns for Michael and a first win for Team Ganassi, a debut victory for the British-built Reynard chassis.